So in the previous class, we were talking about how the classification of matter takes place, how matter is classified into three different types, that is solids, liquids, and gases. Today we are going to study a different type of classification. The second method of classification of matter is based on the criterion of chemical composition of matter. What exactly is present inside it is going to help us again classify matter into a different type. So we have seen in the previous standard that matter is classified into three types. Three types are element, compounds, and mixtures. Have you heard about these three terms before? Element, compounds, and mixtures. Yes, we all have heard these terms before. Whether the smallest particle of matter are similar or different, and what are they made up of. So let us try to understand. See, this all we have done. So we are just trying to go a little more in detail as we studied in the lower standards. So we were talking about how the chemical composition of matter is going to divide the matter once again, which is element, compounds, and mixtures. All the smallest particle, whether it is an atom or a molecule, in an element or a compound may be alike or may be different. However, the smallest particle in a mixture are of two or more types. Is my voice breaking? No, no. Okay, just still have to play. Okay, so now I hope it should not break. It should be very much clear. Is it all right to everyone? Going back to the topic once again, we were discussing that in element, compound, and mixture, what is the basic difference that it is called as an element, or it is called as a compound, or it is called as a mixture. All the smallest particle, whether it is an element or a compound, will be alike. They will be same. However, the smallest particle in a mixture is going to be of two or more types. Why do I make this statement? Let us try to understand. Matter classified into three types. The three types are element, compound, and mixture. Basically, when I say what are the states of matter, when I ask you the question, what are the states of matter, you're going to answer me as solids, liquids, and gases. And when I ask you what are the types of matter, the second type of classification, which is based on the chemical composition of matter, you are going to answer me element, compound, and mixture. Is it okay? So I want everyone to make this flowchart in your notebook. Matter classified into three types. Types, again I'm saying it's types of matter, that is element, compound, and mixture. Quickly do it, please. Did you all write? You don't have to be a perfectionist by taking a pencil and a scale and everything. You can just randomly make it. This is only for your reference. Very good. So now once again, the types of matter which we are going to study in detail are elements, compounds, and mixtures. In that, the first type, element. See, you have heard about this element. Whenever I ask the word chemistry, when I say what do you mean by chemistry, what do you understand by chemistry, what do you know when I say the word chemistry, the first thing which usually comes in the mind of the student is element. You know what is an element, but every time it becomes difficult for you to define. Because I'm telling you, next year also I'm going to ask you the same question. What is the meaning of an element? You know what is the meaning, you know in your mind, but you're not able to express. So to make it a little simpler, let us take one example. Here I have taken iron rods. Can you all see that? And the child is trying to break it. Okay, so on hammering iron rods, what am I going to get? I'm going to get only iron particles. ऐसा है कि iron को तोड़ूंगी तो उसके अंदर से gold निकलेगा, या silver निकलेगा, या copper बनेगा. Is it going to happen? No. Tell me, is it going to happen? No, na. What is going to happen अगर हम iron rod को तोड़ेंगे? तो if I'm going to break the iron rod, what am I going to get from that? What am I going to get? Come on, tell me. Yes, I'm going to get iron particles. Very good, Atharva. I'm going to find iron particles only. So I'm making a statement here that an element is made up of only one kind of a substance. The smallest particle of an element is going to contain identical atoms. Because when we say the word element, element contains only one type of matter. So an element is a type of matter composed of only one kind of a substance where each smallest indivisible part of it is going to have the same properties. Don't go by the statement. The statements are not that difficult. It's the same thing which I am telling you. That element is what? It is going to contain only one kind of a substance. जिसका छोटा छोटा particles भी same ही होने वाला है. Is it going to change? No. So the smallest particle of an element contains identical atoms. Are you all getting me? So if I take the example of oxygen, for example, if I take a molecule of oxygen, both the molecules of oxygen are going to contain only oxygen in it. There is nothing else going to be present inside it. The smallest particle of an element contains identical atoms. Example can be sodium, potassium, calcium, helium. We have 118 elements till date. So you can give me any example. But did you all understand the exact term? What is the meaning of an element? Is it clear? So next time if I ask you how do you define element, what are you going to answer me? You're going to tell me the smallest particle of an element contains identical particles or identical atoms. Are you getting my point, everyone? So if you want, you can write element and just write what is given on the cloud. The smallest particles of an element contain identical atoms. Only that much. Are you all writing? Do you want to write or do you want me to move ahead with the slide? Identical means same. The smallest particle of an element contains same atoms, which I said no. If I take an iron rod, if I try to break it, कोई और atom निकलेगा उसमें से, क्या वो gold बनेगा या silver बनेगा? No, it is still going to remain iron. So it is identical. So the smallest particles of an element contain identical atoms. No, don't write the definition because this is not required for you with this academic year. This definition is not required. I'll tell you what you're supposed to study. This statement I had given you to make you understand exactly that whenever anybody asks you that being a science student, you're studying chemistry, what is the meaning of an element? You should be able to answer. Have you all done? Finished writing? All right, very good. So we are clear with the concept of an element. Now let us try to understand what is the meaning of a compound. Before I give you the definition, let me try to ask you, let me get few answers from you. Because if only I am giving you the information, it's not nice. Compound ka matlab kya hota hai? What do you understand the word compound? And let me tell you, even if you don't give me the exact definition, I'm absolutely fine. You try to give me example and relate it with it. Always remember, definitions become easy when you try to connect it with example. Come on, tell me what is the example of a compound. Anybody can tell me what is the example of a compound. Come on. Anyone? Okay, few students are raising their hand. Very good, Devin. Water. Thank you. Particles combined together. Very nice. Very good, Amber. Very nice. Atharva, good. No, Advika. Okay. Table salt. Very nice. Carbon dioxide. Yes, Nishita. Very good. So these students, see, I might have missed out few names also because a lot of students are giving me the answer here. Thank you so much, my dear students. You're correct. Everybody is going on to the correct lines. So again, when I am explaining anything, I always take the help of the example. So the example of compounds can be either water, which is H2O. It can be salt, which is my NaCl, or it can be a chemical compound like copper sulfate. What do I observe in this? In this case, in a compound, it is a substance which is made up of by mixing two or more elements which are always chemically combined. An important part is that they're always in fixed proportion. They're always be in fixed proportion. Their proportions cannot be changed when I talk the example of a compound. They're always present in fixed proportion and it can be further subdivided into simpler substances. Like if I take the example of water. Water is made up of two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. Jiska composition bhi fix hai. Always H will be 2, O will be 1. See, in everybody's home there are water available. सबके घर पे पानी आता है, right? ऐसा है कि आज हमारे घर पे H2O आने वाला है, कल उसके घर पे H2O2 मिलेगा, फिर किसी के घर पे HO2 आएगा. Is the formula of water going to change? Irrespective of the source of water, irrespective of the source of water, whether it is from a sea, whether it is from a lake, whether it is from a river, or whether it is from a pond. Will the formula of water, which is H2O, going to change? Is it going to change? No, absolutely no. So a compound is always made up by mixing two or more types of elements, which is always chemically combined in fixed proportion. And the two proportions can be separated by chemical means. There are different techniques to do that, but they are always made in fixed proportion by weight. So I say that the smallest particle of a compound are formed by joining two or more types of atoms to each other, isn't it? जैसे हाइड्रोजन का एटम यूज कर सकते हैं, ऑक्सीजन का एटम यूज कर सकते हैं. Then I'm going to add both the atoms together and I'm going to get this molecule called as water, which is H2O, also called as a compound. So the smallest particle of a compound are formed by joining two or more types of atoms to each other. Where again I take the example of water, where two atoms of hydrogen are joined by one atom of oxygen. Is it all clear, everyone? Why am I using these terms? Because in your syllabus, they have used the smallest particle of matter as the differentiation to understand between element, compound, and mixture. For element, we had discussed that the smallest particle of an element contains identical atoms. And for compound, we are going to say the smallest particle of a compound are formed when we join two atoms to each other. So under compound, please write this cloud, that is the smallest particle of a compound are formed by joining two or more types of atoms to each other. And again, we take the example as water, salt, copper sulfate, a lot of compounds we are going to come across. Have you all finished writing? Please don't take screenshots when the teacher tells you to write. Make it a point that you are writing. As we don't have any source to check your books, I wish I was in the classroom today. And students, please be on time when you join the class, because I always try to start the lecture on time. Yes, Amberil, you want the definition of isotopes. Isotopes are, I'm just going off the topic, students, you don't have to write all this. Isotopes are atoms of the same element with same atomic number but different atomic mass number. Same atomic number but different atomic mass number, and they're atoms of the same element. Finished writing? Yes, everyone. So now we have done with elements, we're done with compounds. Now we come to the third one, which are called as the, what is the third type? Come on, tell me, what's the third type? Thank you, Nishita. The third type is mixtures. So what are mixture? A mixture is a substance which is obtained by mixing two or more substances in any proportion. Let me just give you a very random example of a mixture now. You might know many examples, but one example which I like to give to students, which makes them always remember why mixtures are so, is the example of a bhel. I'm sure everybody has a favorite place to eat bhel, isn't it? कि ये corner का भेल पूरी ज़्यादा अच्छा है, वो अच्छा नहीं बनाता है. I like to eat the bhel which is made at home, isn't it? Everybody has their own preferences. Why do I have the difference? Why do I say my house bhel is very good? The other one which is at the corner makes the nice one. Why do I say that? Ingredients are the same. Then why do I have a difference in the taste? Why there is a difference? Because the ingredients are not mixed in a fixed proportion. When you're eating a bhel, your taste buds are different. Taste buds are different, isn't it? It is not in the fixed proportion. Uska proportion change hota hai. Somebody likes it sweet, more of meetha chutney, more of tikha chutney. So depending upon your taste buds, it is mixed, isn't it? So this is just the example of a mixture which is obtained by mixing two or more substances in any proportion. Isn't it? So is the example of mixture very much clear in your mind? So in case of a mixture, the smallest particle of two are the mixture of atoms or molecules of two or more elements or compounds. So the smallest particle of mixture are either atoms or molecules of two or more elements or compounds. Now both the terms are inclusive because a mixture can be made by mixing a element and a compound, or it can be made by mixing two elements together, or it can be made by mixing two compounds together. So in case of a mixture, we can't have any definition. It is all random. So it is going to be the smallest particles of a mixture are atoms or molecules of two or more elements or compounds. Isn't it? The examples of the constituent molecules can be, example can be the most, one more random example can be air, because air is mixed of so many things: nitrogen gas, oxygen gas. If you see water, water is in the form of water vapor, carbon dioxide gas, isn't it? So the main constituent of the mixture namely are these, but there are a lot more things inside the air. One more example of a mixture is an alloy. Alloy is an example of brass and bronze. Brass and bronze are the alloy which contains atoms like copper and zinc, whereas bronze contain atoms of element copper and tin. You need to remember these, my dear students, but before that I would expect you to write this cloud first. Under element, please write the smallest particle of mixture are atoms or molecules of two or more elements or compounds. Have you all done? Did you finish writing this cloud? Okay, then I also want you to write that alloy and brass. Example may, under the example of mixture, only write the example as alloy. Alloy, the first one is brass, which is a combination of copper and zinc. Then write bronze, which is a combination of copper and tin. Please make sure tin ka symbol is SN, which is stannum. Why, Shreya? Why want me to just started? No. Okay. So finish writing, everyone. Did you write even the examples of the mixture? And mixture is a substance which is obtained by mixing two or more substances in any proportion. So is the concept of element, compound and mixture very clear in your mind? If I ask you any definition, even if you don't give me example, it's all right, but please understand the exact meaning. You might be feeling इतना basic है, ये तो हमने 5th standard में पढ़ लिया है, हमको सब आता है. But next year when I'm asking the same question, फिर हमको कुछ नहीं आता है. Will you do this? If we meet next year in the classroom, are you going to give me the proper definitions of element, compounds and mixture? Very good. Thank you so much. So now, moving ahead to understand more in detail about elements, compounds and mixture. Let us quickly solve this table first. Here, what are they asked us? They've asked us to write the composition of the following materials by the means of chemical formulae and classify them accordingly. Name of the material is given to us, chemical formula and composition I have to write, and type of matter. Now the question is type of matter. So what am I going to write here? Type of matter means on what basis I need to classify them. Tell me, what are the types of matter I told you? Come on, quick. What are the types of matter? Who is going to tell me? Nobody. Thank you, Shreya. Yes, Amrul, very nice. It is element, compound, and mixture. Very good. So come on. Now quickly, everybody be very quick. Let me see who answers me first. Water. What's the chemical formula of water? Okay, Elisha, I got your answer first. That is H2O. Very nice. Now, who's going to tell me the type of matter? Come on, come on. Let me see who's first now. Ishan. Very good. It is a compound. Very nice. Okay, next one. Carbon. Ishan again. Very good. C. What's the type of matter? What's the type of matter? Elisha here. Element. Very good. I'm sure you might be feeling, ma'am, मैं भी answer कर रहा हूँ, but मेरा slow hai, but that's all right. It's not a competition, just a simple random game where I'm asking you to fill the columns faster. If you are having your textbook with you, you can fill this column in the textbook only. If not, you can write it down, whatever way is comfortable to you. So is everybody ready now? Yes, everyone is ready. Next one, should I ask? Don't answer me before I ask. I can ask anything. Okay, now who's going to tell me for oxygen? Come on, tell me what's the formula of oxygen. Ambrul, I got your answer first. Why did I tell your name? Because I had got answers before also. It will be O2. Very good. What's the type of matter? Before I ask, Ishan is answering me. That is an element. All right. Okay, one more thing. Before I move ahead. Is anybody in the class who is still getting confused between element and compound? Okay, why oxygen is not a compound and it is classified under element? Anybody who is not understanding, please write it in the chat box so that I can help you. Anybody who is having this confusion that why oxygen is not a compound and it's an element? Okay, I don't think anybody is asked me, so everybody is clear. So next one, come on, air. Who is going to tell me what is going to come under air? Air में क्या chemical formula आएगा? What is NOC, etc. Ishan? अथर्व A mixture. Okay, you're telling me the type of matter. अभी मैंने previous slide में mixture बताया था. Air में कौन सा present होता है composition? What is present inside air? Which are gases? Come on, tell me. Who is going to tell me? Nobody's answering me this. Okay, Ishan, oxygen I got. Water vapor, Advika I got. CO2 I've got, Ishan, very good. Nitrogen, Atharva. Okay, very nice. So it can be oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and we know it's a type of mixture. Now, aluminium is going to tell me. What's the chemical formula of aluminium? Come on. Elisha, very good. Al. Siddhi, very nice. Al. What is the type of element? The type of element? I'm only answering the answer. Okay, it's an element, no problem. Brass. अभी तो आना ही चाहिए. Brass क्या है? बताओ. हमने अभी learn किया था brass. What is brass? Come on, just now you've written everyone. Yes, Ambril, very good. But your combination is wrong. Yes, Siddhi, very nice. Brass is a combination of copper and zinc. Very good. Copper and zinc, and it's a type of matter. What is the type of matter here? Mixture. Please don't say it's a compound. It's not a compound, it's a mixture. Alloys are a mixture. Then we are also going to study types of mixture in detail. But for now, we are just understanding this basic one. Carbon dioxide. What's the formula of carbon dioxide? Okay. Who could be first answer? Ishan. Okay. And now Sneha is telling me it's a compound. Very nice. I hope you all were writing the answer in the chat box and you were also writing in your textbook. If not, let me give you a minute to complete it in your textbook also. Are we all done? Did we all understand today the types of matter? Yes? Very good. I'm so happy today. Enthusiasm in completing elements, compounds, and mixtures. Very good. But we have to still study more. We are not winding up with the lecture. Just one more slide which I want to show you here. Here in the textbook, this is the chart which is given us in the textbook on page number 41, where they have showed us the differentiation of an element, compound, and a mixture. Can you all see the difference here? See, for element, they have given nitrogen, only N2. Compound is nitrogen and oxygen combined together, which is NO2. And in mixture, it is nitrogen and nitrogen dioxide combined together, which is NO2. Similarly, one more example is associated with oxygen, where in the first column, element will be only oxygen. Compound will be two elements combined together, that is nitrogen and oxygen. And then in the end, it is going to be N2 and O2. Why is NO2 not a mixture? See, mixtures are one which there are two or more elements or compounds mixed together. only two elements mixed together and the fixed proportion. Nitrogen dioxide does not come under mixture because they both are mixed together in a fixed proportion by weight. That is why it should come under a compound. Is it clear? I hope I've answered your question. Did you all understand the difference between element, compound and mixture by looking at this table? We have not completed the table. In the next class, we are still going to study in detail about elements, compounds and mixture and their basic differentiation. But today I'm going to teach you only till here. In the next class, I will move ahead with the differentiation. Oxygen is an element because it is containing two same types of atoms, no? Yes, one N and two O, correct. One nitrogen and two oxygen makes a compound nitrogen dioxide. And one N and one O makes a compound nitrogen monoxide. So these are two different compounds. Anybody has any questions related to today's topic? You can please ask me. I'm not going to teach anything further now.